Okay. All right, Vic, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you nice and clear.
Okay, good. Yeah, we're also live streaming into Facebook. So if you want to check that
Okay.
out. Yeah, I got a magical way to do it from,
Good, you got it down, huh?
well, yeah, sort of, yeah.
Okay, let me check.
Okay. I think I got it down. Look and see if it's going.
All right.
Maybe the folks that are here, you can tell us if you see
Yes.
the event going live in Facebook. Can you guys see that? We're getting cooking right here.
Yeah, everybody that's here, check out the
Yeah,
Facebook for my other screen is
So
yeah, my other screen's frozen, but
best people always come here right away.
yeah. So hey everybody, hi. And we're just getting set up. Also, if you're on Facebook, and hopefully you are live streaming over there, you can see us and say hi. And for those that are here, go to chat. We always want to get set up so that you have your settings in the to field to everyone, not to hosts and panelists. So when we chat, we can all see what you're saying and engage together. If anybody's on Facebook, I'm going to check mine, Kim, see if that's rolling right. Say hello. And oh, there it is. Yep. Pam, thank you. It's going. All right.
Baby. Good.
Thank you, Pam. I see you. You're the first one to say hi, and that you, oh, wait a minute. You can't see, you can see it on Facebook Live. Okay, good. It's working, Kim.
Okay, good. All right, we're going to start here in about 30 seconds. If we get everybody in chat.
So everybody get into
how to make
chat.
some Momo here in this world of ours.
Tell us about how to, come on, Kim, tell us how to make some more Momo this year.
Oh, yeah. A lot of it.
Without hearing no, that's what I want to know.
Really.
So tell us where you're from. Some of you know the routine. Just come in and say where you're from right now and say hello. And we'll get rolling in just a minute. Hey, Troy, where are you from? Troy Smith. And Amy, let us know where you're from. Anastasia, we love having you from Michigan. Pam, oh good, you got back here. Avram, we just spoke a little bit ago. Nice to have you. Where are you from again? Tell. And Aaron, Colorado. All right, so we are now live on Facebook as well. So if you're over there, tell us the same, where you're from. Pennsylvania, oh, there you are, Avram, yes, Pennsylvania. It was good to talk to you and your partner today. So tell us when you're popping in here, what's your number one thing you wished you could overcome in 2022? And if you had the right game plan, that you would jump in and go all in and do it and get it done instead of looping around another year, right? And winding up in the same place or worse. Colorado, okay, 2 Pennsylvanias and Canada, cool. And Pam, I know you're already soaring. And this is one of my favorite topics because I think I would have quit had I not learned from Kim how not to endure hearing no anymore and not going through the endurance of going through 100 people to hear no, so you could find maybe one yes that probably would fall out and not stay with you. Some of you have done that probably, right? Calling lists so you can hear no and get a little button to put on your shirt after saying that you didn't die. Some of you might have died from that, but some of us have been through that. I used to buy leads and try to do that. Okay, so yeah, good to have you, Tom. Anybody like calling leads and hearing the word no, or getting disconnected numbers and dead people? People that have gone to the other world and somebody said, oh no, my husband died 2 weeks ago. They hang up on you. I've had that happen. Not fun. All right, who else is here? Just pop in, say hi and where you're from and what your number one obstacle is that you really wished you could overcome this year. And I say wish because you maybe don't believe you can. So it's still in the wish place. It's not necessarily in the believe place. Reveal. And Pam, I know you're a student, so when you came in, what was it? Aaron, go ahead and put your setting to everyone, you have it to hosts and panelists right now. So because you're saying some things and people can't see it. And Troy, you want to make 10,000 a month. What's your obstacle? What's the thing you wish you could fix, keeping you from that so far, as you know? And anyone else, tell. And also on Facebook, live stream. Hi, Arnie. Good to have you. And Brooke, awesome. I'm glad you're here. Okay, Aaron, good. Your number one wish is to grow your team and customers without knowing a huge number of people. Okay. How big is your team right now, and how long have you been growing your team? Anyone else? What's the thing you want to overcome before Kim gets rocking on the subject here?
We're rocking right now here. Yep. Just getting.
And Hecton, hi. Biggest obstacle is not having sales and marketing skill sets. And Amy, people not being interested. How many of you bought leads before? Say yes if you have, and have gone for no's because you were taught to go for no. Troy, yes. How did that go for you? Pam, ugh. Yes, me too. I call it some kind of a form of torture. Yeah, it took the joy out of my life, basically. You know, it's not fun to not have fun full day every day, 8 hours, right? Aaron, been in biz 10 years. You have a team of about 45 to 50 with about 15 working. How long you been doing it? And Pam, you've called those leads and she says horrible. Horrible experience. Anybody like it?
Okay.
Okay. Or any other obstacles you want to reveal before we get going? And how many of you have called leads? I'm just interested of some of you that went for no. You thought you were supposed to call 100 people or 200 or 1,000 and go for no. And if you enjoyed it or not. What's reveal? Maybe you did. Maybe it's just some of us didn't. I see that, Kim.
You see that? Good girl. I'm just trying to make sure we can make that it's nice and big. Does it show big now?
It's so nice and big.
Nice and big.
Pam, that's funny. She calls it a soul-killing exercise when you have to call leads and go for no. Yeah, right.
Oh, it totally is. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so let me get my video working here. 1 second. We should be good to go. Okay, so there we are. Here we go.
I see you.
All right. Yeah, it's getting dark. I really hate when it gets dark, you know?
Yeah.
So early, but it's getting better by the day. All right.
Yeah, 1 minute a day, we get towards spring.
Yeah. All right. Good. Well, you have met Vic Link, my partner in crime here. And this is Kim Claver. I'm just trying to make sure I can see get my thingy here. Hang on, from the Zoom. So it doesn't block my slide. There we are. All right. So today I'm going to give you, let me see here. Hang on 1 second. I'm going to give you something that is really mind-numbingly simple when you see it. So you have to promise me that you won't get mad at yourself when you see this, okay? And it's just a question of, if you don't know it, you don't know it. I think somebody said, when you know better, you do better. That's not necessarily true, by the way. Just because how many of you know things, you know better and you do it anyway. One more drink, you know better, but you do it anyway, right? Hit the snooze button one more time, or stay up for another episode of whatever you're watching on Netflix, right? But that's the idea, that if you know better, you do better. But in this case, when you see how easy it is to fall into, if I were religious, I'd say Satan's got you here with this one. because this is like everybody falls into it, and then oh, that wasn't really it. So this is going to be a little bit more psychological something, but I'll give you a few tips as always, so that really how to make it happen, make it different. So network marketers get a lot of no's. Now, a lot of people in sales get no's. If you don't know how to do it, you get a lot of them. And if you're trained to believe that, oh my, we should really go for no, because the psychology there is, once you start loving on no's, that they'll say, well, you just go ahead and get 1,000 of them, and then eventually you'll get a yes. So psychologically, if that works for you, do it. I would never ask for a no. I mean, I can't even imagine it. I don't care if you say 10 people and 1 is yes. Give me 2 people and 1 is yes. Give me 3 people and 2 are yes. Give me 8 people and 6 are yes. That's what I want. Is that what you want? Or are you okay with 8 people and 8 no's or 7 no's? Right? You tell me. What do you guys prefer? Are you like go for no? I mean, hey, it's all right with me if you want that. It's not my cup of tea, but it might be what you want. What do you guys think? Tell me. Can you see in the chat, Vic? I can't see anything.
Yes, I can see in the chat. No comment
Okay.
yet on that. Yeah, can you hear me, Kim?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yep. Okay, cool. So here is why so many people get no's. And let's just do it. Okay, so I would say, how many of you agree with this? Let's make sure we're all on the same page. That most network marketers want to have more freedom. Would you say that's true? Whether it's time or money or what have you? Say yes or no? Let me get you. See if you're all there.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You want to have a little bit more freedom. And that means usually more money, more security, more peace. I mean, these are the general things that we all want. Can you all see the slides okay? They're a little bit bigger than usual. I like big though. Yep. So, and what about this? Do you think it also should be more fun and not quite so stressful? Yes or no? Shall we say that more freedom means more money, more security? Like there's Momo in the bank, right? If there's an issue, we don't care. We've got like a couple $100,000 sitting there. What's a few $100, right? But if you have nothing, but it should also be fun and not stressful. Are you agreed with that? Because if you do stuff that you don't enjoy, how much longer are you going to keep doing it? Particularly if you're a volunteer, right? Nobody's paying you to get nose in your face, are they? At least I don't know of anybody, unless you go for no, and they'll tell you every 100 of them, somebody's going to pay something. I don't want to start like that, right? So we want to have fun. So, because oh my goodness, throw her out of school. Okay. I would say, a lot of people talk about people being lazy. I don't really know any lazy people. My housekeeper is a really hardworking woman, and all of them I've had my entire life since I was a kid have all been hardworking people. The people who collect the garbage are hardworking people. The people who clean the beach, I am a hardworking person. I like it. Vicky's hardworking. So if you probably every one of you here, how many of you are lazy bones here? Is anybody here who feels like you're pretty hardworking? No matter what you're doing, even if it includes picking up socks, you got to learn how to get over that. But say it includes that, or includes kids, or includes pets, includes your house, include all this stuff, right? So I would say most people aren't lazy, but they work probably a little bit too hard. So you should have some kind of a life that goes with it. This is what the beliefs are, right? And so I'm going to tell you that the good news is that to get these things, that you want to step back from everything you're hearing from everybody, including me, and be prepared to say no to things that don't serve you. Okay. Now, in the beginning, when you hear things from people, if you feel like you're an ignoramus and you don't know anything, at least if you're like me, you go, oh, let me give it a try, because what do I know? They're making 10 times what I am, so I should try what they're doing, right? I mean, that seems pretty good. Are we on the same page? Say yes. That's my little T here. However, if you find it doesn't serve you, like for example, there are people who lift weights and they can lift like 300 pounds. So they can say, well, anyone can do it. So you get up, you know, the most you've ever lifted is 5 pounds and you try to do 300 pounds. If you try hard enough, you're probably going to break a clavicle or a shoulder bone or something like that. So you know you've got to ramp up. Are we agreed? Say yes, I got to ramp up. Just because they can do it doesn't mean I can do it right now. Doesn't mean you never can do it, but if they're doing 300 pounds lifting and you've never done more than 5 or 10, are you going to be able to do it that week? Yes or no? Are you going to cry about that and think, oh my God, I'm such a dismal failure. God, why did you screw me up like this? Are you going to feel like that? Right? It's going to be, okay, I got to go to the gym and do my reps. Yeah, this, not the kind that you sign up. I mean, the reps like this, these reps, you got to do them. However, there's another whole area where you want to learn how to say yes or no, and those are your beliefs. Because whatever you believe, you act on. And whatever you act on is the impression that you're going to give anybody around you. And that's where you want to know, where you build a firewall around what people tell you you should believe and what you believe, because what you believe is how you're going to act. You act on your beliefs, right? If you see the rain out, you go, oh my gosh, it's going to be wet. That's your belief. And you get a raincoat. Okay. But in terms of building a business, there are some really funny beliefs in certain industries, and ours is one of them. And it's a curse for just about everybody. Okay. So some of the most successful, this is the bottom one here, people in direct sales and network marketing are masters at saying no. And it's not the no you think. Some of you think, oh, you're going to say no first. Well, we do that too, but that's not this no. This is a different no. Okay. The master of no. These are beliefs. Okay. So let me ask you this. How come so many network marketers get so many no's? And why do the people hold this industry in such low esteem? Oh, it's one of those things. Oh, you're one of those people doing one of those things. Why do you think that is? There's a reason for it. And you can be the first to change it, among the first to change it, okay? Because what do they tell you? The belief I'm going to show you here in just a minute. They give you a belief, and here it is. Everyone will want this. How many of you have heard this before? Everybody will want this or should want this. Yes or no? Let me say, have you heard that? Say me. Let me say me if you heard it before. You heard that before?
Yeah.
So everyone will want this. Okay, so they contact your warm market, and then you're going to post stuff to get leads. I'll show you all three of these. And then you're going to call like lead lists. Okay, these are the kinds of things that are actually going to happen. So for example, let's say you contact your warm market. If you believe that they all will want this, what is your opening line going to be? Let's see, who's got one here? Have you said things like, oh, grandma, I got this great thing. You're just going to love it. You got to try it. You got to try it. Can I bring it over and you try it? Does that sound yes or no? Isn't that what you do if you think everybody's going to want this? I got this great thing. You're going to love it. Let me bring it over. You got to see it. You got to try it. You got to, have we got it? Yes? No?
No. I'm so excited. I just started. I thought of you.
Oh, yeah. Right. So that's a pretty good line. But it's terrible when they find out what the truth is. Because what do you really want, man? Open up your wallet, will you? Right. So
right.
This assumes that everybody will want this. That is the belief that you have in your head when you start making these calls to your warm market. Is this true or is this false? That idea that you have this in your head that they're all going to want it, right? Let me see. Okay. So that's the issue number one. That's the belief. We're going to change that. Now you're going to post stuff to get leads. How many of you are on Facebook? You post stuff to get leads. So if you lead with that same belief in your head, like everybody's going to want this, what are you going to post on Facebook? Oh, I have this great thing. You have got to see it. Look at the before and after, this big butt and this little butt. Oh my, look at this one. Look at this big acne right at the jowl and some ugly, horrible picture, right? And you get these messages that, well, spammy means they were uninvited. And that's true, they are. But it's the content that makes people want to turn aside and, heave ho. You are going to love this. We just came out with this new thing. Why do people post this? Right? Pictures of people, because the assumption is everybody will want this. And the more I put it out there, the more they're going to say yes. Right? Because this, don't you want this, this marvelous thing? You want to lose weight? Oh my gosh, the CBD oil, it's the greatest thing. Dr. Dingaling loves it. And oh my, blah, 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 all these things where you're shouting what you have and how great you think it is. Because according to you, it is great, right? But the whole idea is everything's based on you are assuming they will want this. Have you got that? That is why you get all these no's. Because does everybody want what you have? Is everybody in the world here today at our event? We just have a couple dozen people. That's all we need. Jesus only had 12. He's good. I'm good with that too. Totally. But is everyone in the world here? No. Does everybody want network marketing? No. Does everybody in network marketing want to come to my session when I'm doing a training, or do they? No. No, it doesn't make any difference how loud I get about it. If I were to get loud, which I'm not that sort of person, but if I did, you see, everyone doesn't want anything. So you post stuff to get leads that drives people away because they didn't really want this, right? You call a leads list. We've done this hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times over the years. I don't know how many thousands of people I haven't talked to on the phone, both to call, to demo, to do with teams. I mean, it's just a constant thing. And the leads list, if you treat them as if everybody will want this, what are you going to say? Hey, Lulu, hey, I got this great opportunity. You're going to love it. Let me tell you all about the product and the company and the pay plan. And then they say, sorry, she died 3 years ago. Or we're not interested. And you feel like this is really stupid. What? Because what happens? You feel dumb. You feel something's wrong with you for sure. Maybe God picked you out. You can't do this. You couldn't do sales. You should have known better. Why'd you ever buy all that stuff? Right? You don't really even like it that much. But you see, when you have this and you're doing these three things with warm market and with posting to get leads, if this belief is what you have, that everybody will want this, you will post in such a way that you're just telling them what you have because you assume everybody will want it. Does that make sense? Now, what if almost nobody wanted it? Would you, if you knew that, would you just post what you have and think you're going to get a lot of sales? Yes or no? What if you knew that most people don't want what you have? Most, but some do. How would you think about posting then? Or talking to your warm market? Any ideas? You wouldn't post, right? Good. Very good. Don't say jack until you figure it out. Doesn't mean you're never going to post. No. Right? Some people hate Gary Vee. Other people love him. Does he post? Yeah. To whom? The people who love him. Right? Everybody doesn't love, I don't know, say Jesus. Some people like somebody else. Does that mean Jesus doesn't exist and doesn't have a big following? No, he's got quite a big following. He's doing just fine, thank you. If you look at the coffers, that church is rich. Even the one without Jesus is rich. There are all the different religions have a lot of money, but they don't appeal to everybody, only their clientele, right? And that's based on certain things. I'm going to show you that right here. Okay, so if you assume that everybody is your prospect, this is the assumption that they tell you in network marketing because they want you to talk to all your friends. They don't realize that it costs you relationships and self-esteem, but they've been doing it for 50 years this way. So I don't see anybody changing anything except for us. And that we've done this way I'm going to show you here for the last 30 years. And we've built 6 companies to the top. We're building a new secret experimental team right now for people that are into health and that want to get their sexy back without doing pills or shakes or big exercise. Just we build one every 3-4 years to see how fast we can get to the top, how much we can make, how soon, how many new clients and customers and reps we can get, and how many people we can help absolutely zoom to the top, especially now in this weird time, okay? So we don't assume everybody's our prospect. You gotta be kidding. However, that's what the companies say. Everybody should have an interest in your product or business, or they'll say they should have an interest in health or wealth. I mean, they used to tell us stuff like, everybody wants health and wealth. Well, how come everybody doesn't sign up for all these deals that are health and wealth? Anybody know why? If everybody wants health and wealth, why don't they sign up for every single deal that offers health and wealth, which is probably 80% of the network marketing companies? How come? Let me see. Anybody? How come? You got any ideas?
They're thinking.
And this is tricky, right? Because you
Yeah,
go,
it's tricky.
well, they all want health and wealth, don't they? I mean, this is not a question for a stupido. They just don't, if they want it, they don't want it your way. Remember, Frank Sinatra had a song, I do it my way. There's a way for everybody who sings a song. We do it our way, which is this way. We do it this way, which is this way. So yeah, they may want health and they may want wealth, but they don't want to do it your way. They want to do it some other way, right? Okay. So what are we going to do here? Okay, so what people, these are the things that people have said we should do, right? But I'm telling you, assume nothing. And one thing that they've taught people to do in network marketing is ask them what they want and go from there. Well, this is also a very long way around, because if you have to ask every single person, oh, you know, what are we doing? What do they tell you? Make relationships, make friends with people. Why? So you can sell them later. How many of you like the idea that people are going to hit you up for being a friend, and really what they want from you is to have you join or be a customer? For how many of you does that feel pretty good? Right? Because you never know. It's like, you know, people that are well-to-do, they always think twice when somebody says, oh, how are you? I don't know, Elon. And Elon, he knows. What do you want? You want something, a selfie with me so you look good? See, because of his position, and because some of us that have reached certain positions, we suspect that people who come to us want something not to help us, but for themselves. And pretty soon you get tired of that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, good. Yeah, Aaron, set your settings there, okay? So one thing you can do I'm going to show you how you can do this. Let's say that you say, do you, well, one way to post, by the way, is to frame it in, these are examples. There are hundreds of examples, but let's say you had a post. Do you want to become well-known? Okay. How many of you would say, yeah, I want to become well-known? Who says, yes, I want to become well-known? Who here wants to become well-known? Anybody? Right? So if I made a single post and it just had one line, okay, who here wants to become well-known? There are a few of you who would say, I want to become well-known. And then I would say, okay, if you want to become well-known, click here. Do this thing next. What have I done? Do you want X? And I wait for the answer. I make no assumptions that everyone will want this, right? You go, Abram, yeah, why not? Yeah, I'll take it. So what have I done? Do you want this? How about this? Do you want to become a global brand? Ooh. Right? Do you want to become a respected advisor? Yeah, we could say, do you want to build a team that is bigger than the company you're going to be part of? Me. Right? Hell yeah. Anybody pitch me like that, man, I don't know what they'd have to really sell something horrible for me to not look at it. Because that's a great goal. Build a team that's even bigger than your own company. Yeah, I'm for that. Right? So what does this assume? Do you want to become well-known? Do you want to become a global brand? What do you assume about the person who is making you this proposition? Do you think that somebody who says, do you want to become well-known? If you said, yeah, I want to become well-known, and they say, okay, so click here, and there's a little post on how to do it. Pretend, okay? What do you assume about this person who says this? That they what? Exactly. Aaron, you're on the ball. That they know how to do it, right? So this is called the beginning of an offer. Do you want this? Do you want to grow giant tomatoes? I mean, 3-foot wide tomatoes. Click here, right? Do you want to know where we get these crazy hats? Click here. So you put something out with no assumption, and you begin to make an offer. Do you want this? Do you want that? Do you want to become like a respected advisor? Because that's the first part of marketing, which is attraction of the people that want something. Guess what? That you can provide. And that you're very special at providing. You don't have to be like Elon Musk, but you have to be unique and different. Okay. You get this? So this is part of your offer. So when you put out, do you want X or do you want Y? Notice these are usually becoming. Do you want to become well-known? It's not instant, right? You want to become a respected advisor. Those are all good things. Okay. Or I gave you one. I wrote an email. It went out really late, like about 20 minutes before the show. But you know how it goes. Some days are like that. Do you want to know why network marketers get so many no's? You are here. Why? Because you said, I want to know this. So tell me how we get so many no's, and obviously how to stop getting all these no's, right? If I weren't going to tell you that, why would you come? I mean, we can cry by ourselves, have a couple of gin and tonics, and the tears start coming, right? With all the aches and pains we've got. So do you want to know why they get so many no's? How about this? Can I really get my sexy back without pills or shakes or big exercise? By the way, this let's see the RR we've got cooking here. Vic, I changed it.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many people here would say, can I really get my sexy back without pills or shakes or big exercise? Who'd say, yeah, I want to know that? Who here would say, yeah, me? It'll be one or two or a few of you. You do? Yeah. Anybody else? Just think, is this something that you go, yeah, I want to do that? Do we think it's going to be everybody? No. Do we believe everybody will want this? Does this tell you that we believe only some people are going to want this? Do you see this? Anastasia, get with Vic. Do you see this? This question assumes that only some are going to say yes, doesn't it? Just like this one. Look. Do you want to know why network marketers get so many no's? If that's you, yeah, me. You don't even think of anything because I called your name. That's all who comes. Like Jesus said, my sheep know my name. And I don't mean we are sheep. We hear because that's who we are. We all have tribes and beliefs and groups. And, why do you hear my name? Why do I hear your name? I don't even know your name. You barely knew my name. But I'm talking your language because we got the same concerns. So we're all sheep in this way. Do you see? And your people will know your name because, like Jesus said, my sheep hear my voice. They can't help it. And we're all drawn to different things. So we're all sheep for different things, right? Say yes. Don't be afraid. And you're going to lead some sheep yourself. All right. Can I really get my sexy back? All right, now I'll show you the belief. This is heavy duty now. Heavy duty. So everybody sober? Okay, here's why network marketers, including me in the beginning, I got so many no's. It's the beliefs, okay? Belief number one is they will want this. These are old beliefs. So get a pad, right? They will want this. That was the first belief. Do we know now that this is a wrong belief? Yes or no? Is this a right belief or a wrong belief? They will want this. Right or wrong? Okay. Right. There is no way in the world you're going to know who wants anything. You don't know. Okay. They will want this. So you got this figured out. This is, yeah, sadly. It is sad, right? Don't you wish everybody would just, right? Or at least you could pick them out with the green hats, but we're going to show you how to do that, right? Yeah. Okay. By the way, how many of you secretly believe? Tell me true. How many of you secretly believe, well, they should want this. They should want it. Come on. Tell me.
That's funny.
Right?
There's several. Troy, guilty. I am too. I have been guilty.
Yeah, right. Because you should, I mean, I think that about myself sometimes. You really should want this, you know. And the minute I think it, I realize, don't be ridiculous. They want what they want. They're either going to get to this place or they're not, or they're going to go in a whole new different direction. We cannot really control what people want, right? So can you let go of this idea that they will want this or that they should want this? Okay. So let me say that you're going to let go. Yeah, nobody, well, because what'll happen is the way you come across to people, they'll know that you think they should. Because you'll have this attitude of, well, that's probably why you have all this trouble, because you're not doing this, you know. And that's why you're, that's, and somebody wants to go whap, right? Yeah. Okay. They will want this. Number 2. The next level that the network marketers kind of came to was called form, which is go around, ask everybody. So instead of assuming they all want this, we kind of figured out maybe that wasn't true. So many people lost their friends. They said, now, why don't you ask what they want? So go and make friends with everybody. And then ask them do you have enough money? Do you go on vacation to the right places? Are you, what is it, form? What's form again? F is I forget what the F is for. The O is for occupation. Who remembers? Yeah, family, right? Right. How's your family? Oh my God. Who doesn't want to get rid of most of their family? They hate the family. Other family. Yeah, right. And occupation, R is recreation. So did you have a good time last week when you stayed at Motel 6? Well, we went to the Ritz. And it's like, wow. Right. So you bring these things up in order for them to complain so that you can say, oh, I have this thing for you. Right. So you start relationships with people in restaurants and what have you to see what ails them. And then you're going to say, well, I have something for that. Okay. You can do that. It's very, very slow. I like a one-step approach. How many of you like doing this? How many of you like doing this? By the way, they asked me about Jill W. For the tsunamis.
Okay.
She and Liv may want to do it together. Okay. Okay, so now here's the third belief, and this is the one we use. Okay, so we're graduating. This is called evolution in thinking, because it takes, and here's how I define that. You evolve to the point where you get almost right ones right away. So instead of 100 people and there's only 2 right ones, which is calling every lead thinking they're going to want this, asking what do you want, and you might get, I don't know, 80, but it takes forever. And now we have one where the only people you talk to are the ones who have an interest in finding out what you have. You see that? You want to know what that is? Tell me yes. Because it's okay by me. We can go home. All right, cool. Do you want X? If yes, do this. That's it. Do you want to become well-known? Yes, do this. Oh, okay. Do you want to learn how to become a respected advisor instead of a seller? How many want to learn how to do that? Do this. The do this is a call to action. It can be click here, come to my live, check out this video, check out this audio, check out this post. Do you want X? Is the basic structure. Like, do you want to know why network marketers get so many no's? That's X. Do you want to know why network marketers get so many no's? Do you want to know why people hate network marketing? If yes, do this. That's called the CTA, the call to action. Are you getting this? Right? Do you want to know why most health food tastes terrible? Click here. How many of you believe most healthy food pretty much tastes terrible? That's true. Most of it does. You get Dr. Heidi stuff. You know, I have a nutritionist, and we have gotten her to do classes for us. And Vic has worked with her as a counselor for Dr. Heidi's students for many years. And one of the things that first thing people say is, do I have to eat rabbit food and all the food doesn't have any taste? And their first answer is, what are you, nuts? You're going to be so full of good food. Your mouth is going to, you're going to be drooling and dripping and you get skinny and gorgeous. You go, oh, I want to know how to do that. I want to know how to be skinny and gorgeous and stuff my face with stuff that I love and not break out in welts and whatever you get when you stuff your face full of Skippies or some other low-class peanut butter, right? Exactly. We're accustomed to bad food, and bad food tastes good to us as humans because we get used to things, because it's spicy. Salty foods are, a big deal. And people like salty and spicy, they get addicted, their taste, don't even get me started. So do you want X? If yes, do this. Now here, let me tell you something about this. This means, okay, so you see how we've graduated. They will all want this. We know, no, bad, right? There, you can't have this going here. Okay, so we know that we can't have this, right? Did we all say this? Whoop, there we are. Good, that's bad, right? This is a bad one. We don't want to have this. And I will show you here what we're going to do here with my chat. Because when you see how this works, everything changes completely. Okay, so that's this one with this is bad. And then we're going to have another one, which is ask what do you want. That's the slow way of doing the relationship building. Remember, you pretend to be friends with people. Oh, how are you? Oh, and then you find out what the issues are, and then you see later if you can invite her to an event or something, right? And the one we want is the structure is, do you want X? Do you want to learn how to do this? Would you like to see how to do that? Did you ever hear about this? Would you prefer this or that? Or if you're into healthy eating, would you prefer this? What do you think is healthier, this or that? Do you want X? If yes, do this. Does that make sense? And the do you want can take many, many forms. Would you like to figure out how to get rid of aches and pains without, I don't know, taking Tylenol or without putting anything into your body? Let's say, right? Would you want to know how to do that? Well, some people say, yeah, I want to know how to do that because I know I shouldn't be taking so much Tylenol. I take too much. We had a girl years ago, and I think she took 3 or 4 bottles of Tylenol per day for some kind of headache. I remember Vic, I can't remember who she was, but she had done so much damage to one of her organs that they said, if you one more and you're going to be dead. It's just, you kill your body and you don't know it because you don't hurt anywhere a lot of times. Okay. So if to be able to do this, we're not going to do it in this session. Do you want X? If yes, do this. It means that you have to know what it is you can do for somebody. So do you want to learn how to, or would you like to be able to do X? Means that you have something that you can do for somebody. Does that make sense? So Diana, Troy, Hector, haven't seen you in a while. Diana, Ms. Gooseby, yep, I see you there. Let's see who else we got. Troy, Anastasia. Okay, you guys see that? That it means there's something that that you can do for somebody. That is your offer. We help people, for example, who want to become badass recruiters. So I might have an offer and say, would you like to become a badass recruiter? Why do I offer that? Because I know how to do that. Vicki knows how to do that. We have a really cool 1-2 team we teach people stuff. Like I said, we just started a secret new team doing this crazy thing. And that's one of the reasons people come to that team is they want to learn how to be badass recruiters because that's who we are. Right? Could I teach somebody how to build a beach house? No. But if I needed somebody, I'd say, okay, so who knows how to build beach houses? And I'd find out in a New York second, who knows how to build classy beach houses to huts on the a tent on the beach, whatever we need. You find a who. If you can't do it, find somebody who can, right? So your offer means when you say, do you want X, you need to know what you can do for someone else that some of the someone else's out there will want. Does that make sense? This is called attracting your audience. Tell me you get this, okay? Attracting your audience. And then your offer, your initial offer is, do you want da 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 da? Or would you like to know how you're, if so, do this. Frank Kern had I had a class the other day, and we've known him for so many years, my goodness. And he said, we took in $202,000 in 3 weeks on social media before we ran any ads. Would you like to know how we did that? Okay, so how many people do you think are going to say, what'd you say, Frank? How much did you say you made? You dog, I hate you. What'd you do? And it was a $297 product. Well, of course, we want to do something like that, just to be able to say, you know what, you think you can, we can too, right? But does he know how to do it? Has he shown his numbers? Can he show his ads and show the steps and show, do you want to know how to make $202,000? Or he didn't even say that. He said, we did 202,000 or 222,000 in social media postings. And if you'd like to see what we did, is that's the same as do you want? Have you got this? Tell me you all understand it. There's something you can do for somebody, and that is what you start with. Do you want, would you like to know about X? Do you know anybody who'd like to know about X? That way you don't spend 1 minute talking to anybody about their hemorrhoids and their husbands and all the other crap, because you started with that first thing, right? Do you get this? It saved us. Oh my God, saved us. So we teach people how to do this. You know, if you want to learn how to do this, you want to see our little quick 4-step in our little big school. We have a school that we teach, which is not free, it costs money. It's pretty big money for some people. For other people, it's nothing. But you want to see what it is in like 4 or 5 minutes? Cut through the BS. Oh, Troy, oh my God, you are so, see, we don't, in the industry, we always teach it, but they don't teach how to attract. Why, who here knows why the industry does not teach how to attract your audience? Why do you think they don't teach any of this? Does anybody know? And the answer is not because they're stupid, because that is not the answer. Why don't they do it? Why don't they just teach? Here's how you attract people that want what you have. Anybody know? They want it for themselves. Okay. But remember what this is causing. This is causing massive loss of self-esteem for many people. It's causing massive dropouts. It's causing damage to the reputation of the industry the way they do it. So why would they not focus on attracting your audience? Any other things? Can you guess? You think about this? Because if I owned a company, or if I were to build another one of these things like we do every few years, we're on number 7 right now, as a matter of fact. Do you think, really, think about this, that we are ever going to tell people that everybody's going to want this? Do you think anybody on our team will ever hear this? Yes or no? You think they're going to hear this? Are you nuts? You got to be crazy. We're going to tell them almost nobody wants this. We just want this, the ones who do, because they're special people, right? You think we're going to say this? Go ask them what they want. Go nuzzle up to everybody and make friends with everybody and then hit them up later. Do you really think we're going to do this? What, are you crazy? No way. It's guaranteed. It's painful. It's a time suck. And when they find out what you really wanted, no, they'll hate you. And then you hate yourself. That's even worse. Yeah. Agony. Yeah. Do you want X? If yes, do this. That's what our people are going to learn how to do. Boom. You want it? Do here. You want this? Do that. You want to stop doing this? Go here. If you ever thought about this, try here. What if you could do this? Try here. Go here. Do this. Do that. Do you want this? Do you want an alternative to this or that? These are all the phrasing. So they know right away that we're selling Mack trucks. This is for people who want a Mack truck. Do you see that? It's not for people who are looking for a teacup. That's not who it is. It's not for people that are, looking for pencils. No. This is somebody who knows about a Mack truck, and they want to find a way to do that. And the thing weighs 1 pound instead of 5 ton, or a disposable Mack truck or something for crazy like Elon Musk, right? Of course, we're not doing that. We're doing crazy other stuff. How do you fix your body on the inside without putting anything into it? How do you do that? If you want to know, here, click here. It's step 1. And only the people that have an interest come. So no matter who you talk to, there are almost always people that have the same beliefs. Yeah, I want to know how to do that. Isn't that a more friendly conversation than people who hang up? Right? So why don't they tell you to attract? Because, I hate to tell you this, but I'm going to tell you this because that's what they've told me. They want, the companies and the upline, want everybody to believe that comes into this industry that everybody will want this. So that, because most people they bring in are middle class, lower middle class people who don't have a lot of money, and most of them have no business experience. So they can't say you're full of it, like I could and did and do, because I do have business experience. I know how to get money from people. Boom. But the network marketing industry knows that most of the people that come in are women, 85%, don't know really anything about business. And tell them, go tell your friends how wonderful this is going to be, and everyone's going to want it. And so because most of the people who are new to the industry don't know any better, they follow the advice. And it's mostly the 5 or 10% of the men standing in front of the room, and the women go, okay, I better do that, because the men have been traditionally the moneymakers in our society. So it's very normal to expect the women who have not been moneymakers, who are the kid raisers and the holders together of the communities and the values that we have, to the extent there's even anybody who, it's that. And so they figure you'll talk to every single person. Yeah, you'll lose a lot of friends, but there are enough people talking so that 1 in 5,000 or 10,000 is going to come in and make the company be the top recruiter in the company. That's why. And the other thing, one of my big hoo-ha friends told me, he said, Kim, people don't want to do the work of attracting because that takes work. If you call every single person and say, I got this great thing, you're going to love it, you got to see it, that's no work. But I told him, wow, I know it's no work, but it means they all get no, they all lose their self-esteem. How could you want to be responsible for making everybody feel bad? This is supposed to be an industry where we lift people up, right? Are you with me? So they figure you'll last if people drop out like flies every month, every 2-3 months, but they're 1 in 5,000 or 10,000, the law of numbers, that makes it really big. And that's who they hold up. And it's like saying winning the lottery is easy. Well, it is. All you do is buy tickets. But the odds aren't very good, but it is easy. Isn't it easy to win the lottery? Anybody who has won the lottery will tell you it's so easy. My God, I just bought a ticket. Am I right or am I right? So that's why they don't tell, because they're afraid that you will think that there's going to be work involved. And the whole pitch is it's easy. Anyone can do it. It's fast money. How is that going to go together? So we tell people it's not going to be fast money. What we're going to do is show you how to build a real business like Federal Express, like Apple, like any business that's in business, because the people who founded it think they've got something, or they can create something, or they manufacture something, or they have a product from somebody else, like affiliate marketers, and it worked for them. And they feel like, you know what, I think this can help a lot of people. I'm going to really go out and market it. Every network marketing company I've done, that has been my approach. And the same with Vic. We thought these things can change the world. So we went out and did it as missionaries, because it was an extension of the values that we had, which is why do you want X and do this is our approach, because we only want people who share that so that they're likely to become missionaries to spread the word. Do you see how that works? So that's why they don't tell. They think you're not going to buy into it, and they don't know how to do that kind of marketing either, but mostly it's the first reason. That's just my take. Okay. So that's the thing. All right. So you want to see how we help you do this? You need to have an offer. You need to make this work. This here, Do you want X? If yes, do this. You need to know what your thing and you can do for someone else. And it won't be everyone, right? Yeah, there are people, I didn't know this, but there are people who don't like taking pills. And so they say, I think, aren't you one of those, Vicky? If there's a product where you can.
No, I put it all in a Vitamix and make it blend it up. I can't take pills.
Right, see? So, you have, well, this is a vitamin shake. Let's say you were selling shakes. I'm not selling shakes, but say you were. You say, well, this is a shake. And so you think, well, do you want shakes? No, of course nobody wants shakes. Their shakes are friggin' everywhere. So you have to make your offer more special, right? Are you somebody who needs to take all these vitamins, but you can't stand the pills? If yes, click here. What have you done? I want the vitamins, but I don't want the pills. You want that? Vitamins, but no pills, thank you. Click here. We'll show you an alternative. Do you all see this? You see this? Tell me yes. So you just think about the other person, which we're not used to doing. We're so worried about how we look. It's like, no. Nobody cares about you, man. You want your vitamins? Yeah, but you can't stand the pills, right? So here, click here. Who's going to click? I want vitamins. I know I need vitamins. Yes. I need all that stuff. But I don't want to swallow the pills. You got something that'll give me all the vitamins, but I don't have to swallow the pills? Are you kidding? Yeah, boom. That's it. You got it? That's what we do. That's what I learned. So do you want to see how to do it? Tell me yes. 4 steps. We call it reverse selling because it is totally reverse selling, right? Totally the other. So it's 4 steps. This will take 1 minute per step. The first step we show you how to do is, Vic, can you see the slide all right?
Yeah, it's very nice. It's nice and big.
Okay. We show you, we have an Attractor Formula 1, and it's a way to do you want X? Remember, we just talked about, do you want X? Well, that is a way to attract. You're calling out. Like if I want to start a volleyball team, I might say, and say we go to a church or something, and we would say volleyball tryouts. We're going to have a church volleyball team. We're going to beat the pants off the other church in town, especially the other religion. And so we're going to have volleyball tryouts at 4:00 in the churchyard, and I'm going to be the coach, and we are going to be the kickest ass volleyball team in the state in 1 year. Who wants to come? Well, is everybody going to come? No. But the people who want to do volleyball and even more want to be kick-ass and beat every other team in the state, especially all the other competing churches, all that kind of stuff, right? They're going to come. That's who I get to work with. Isn't that what you want? I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, if you're multitasking, you just don't take it in. Multitasking is one way to stay, with all due respect, unaware of what's going on. Multitasking has been known and now proven to really turn us into dumb people, because all it means is that you have to watch the whole thing again. So you've wasted an hour that you could have had right here and stay focused. I'm just telling you, it's true for all of us. We all think we can multitask. Sure. And you have to do all the things you were doing again because you did them wrong. How many people have discovered that? I don't mind. It's I'm here. If you're not there, that's okay with me. I'm here. You can watch it. So the attraction formula is, what do you want? Okay. So you attract the people who are the committed ones. Okay. The sewing machine. Okay. We're going to seed the earth. Get the word out. Do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want this? In all different forms. We're going to sow the earth, put the seed everywhere, so that those who say, oh, I've been waiting for this. That's what I want. They get it. Okay. That's step 2. I'll show you how to do that. Then we have what we call a virtual magnet. And this is something where when somebody says, I want that. I want to see what that is. When they click, what are they going to see? You're going to send them to your company page, or you, oh God, we are never doing that. Right? Jim, you raised your patty. Maybe Vicky will get with you in the chat there. Are you able to see the raised patties, Vic?
Yeah, I can handle.
Okay, cool. So the virtual magnet, that is when you click here, they see some things, some little bit of information, like it's like this, but it's not like this, and here's what it's not, and here's what it is, and if you yada yada yada. And so the person just answers and engages, And if they like it, they place a click and they go to a calendar page. So this is a self-selection mechanism. You're not even involved at all. You create it. We help you create it, but people go through it by themselves. You know, it's like self-checkout. You know what I mean? There's nobody standing there holding your hand. You do your own self-checkout. And if it's smooth and good, it's going to work. So then the fourth part is they enroll. They get into the enroller calendar setup that we have. We show you how to set that up, which means that they book a time to have a little 15-minute talk to see if what we're offering can solve the problem they have. Remember we said, oh, I need all these vitamins, plus I'm deficient in vitamin D, and I don't know what else, and I don't want to take shots, and I don't want to take injections, and I don't want to do any of that. And so we have an alternative. We're saying, okay, you don't have to pop pills, right? And so they're that person, and they go to the virtual magnet. They go, yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. So now I'm going to interview, and we'll see if the thing we have is a good match for you. And by the time a person gets to the calendar, they already know the approximate price per month and how long they need to stay on it to see any effect. So it has done the marketing, attraction, sit with the person a little bit more, tell them a little bit more so they make sure it's the right decision for them. We don't want wrong people in our deal. We want people who cannot wait to strip down and jump into the swimming hole with us. That's what we want. We're not dragging Jack. We don't need it. Who needs it? Jesus only had 12, and now look, he's doing all right. Plus he had a major frontline pukey. Don't forget that, right? We don't have any of those. So we got it easy, and we have the internet, so we can spread a lot faster. It's not going to take any 2,000 years, I'll tell you that. Okay, so that's what happens. And you get a template, a diagnostic, we call it, what is your story? What have you done before? These kinds of things, so that you get this template, you learn how to have a conversation that doesn't push anybody, but sees if what we have is going to make their life better. And if so, they're usually jumping to sign up. Yeah, that's big. That's kind of what we do. And then the last thing is you're going to have new problems. I don't know why you don't have it here, but the new problem you're going to have at the end here, you will have a team. So you have a team to worry about. How are you going to train them? Well, we're going to show you that, right? You're going to have some money. What are you going to do with money? Where are you going to blow it? Or are you going to save it? Or you're going to think, well, gosh, I just made an extra $5,000 this month, or 2,500 or 15,000. And we teach you how to ask questions like, where should I allocate this money? Because it makes you think differently than just how am I going to blow it? Oh, should we buy a new Xbox, or should we go blow it in Las Vegas? How about we allocate some of it to a place where you're going to have, a stash, right? And these are different words that you learn to use so that when there's a rain, or there's a dry spell, you're the only one in your family who's got something, right? Well, those are the kinds of things you want to have, problems that you want to have. So fun. Okay, so some of you I know are going to ask, what is the next step? What if we want to get some help from you? And we run a school called the Big School. We also have a summer school. And it's like Harvard, not as much as Harvard. Harvard's $100,000 still, but we're not anywhere near there. But we want to help people who want to make significant income, enough to replace the job with their own income and make an impact in this world. Okay. So what we want to do is, for those of you for whom this might be a good fit, the next step is to go to this link. Maybe you can put it in, Vic, maxout.com/pick me. Put that in there and tell me if that opens for folks. And then you'll see this, you'll see a little form. We just ask, what is your name? What's your business? What are you doing now? And what are you looking to achieve? And what's your biggest obstacle? Because then we can help you, and then we'll have Vicki, if you're lucky, you get to talk to Vicki for a few minutes about this, and we'll see if we can help you solve your, whatever the gap is between where you are now with your business and where you want to be. Like some of you said, I want to make 10,000 a month. Where are you now? Nowhere. Well, how come? And you're going to tell us, well, the reason I'm nowhere is because, whatever. And we'll ask you some questions to see if the issue that you've got that has created this gap between where you want to be income-wise or recognition-wise or, whatever, and where you want to be, say 10,000, 20,000 a month. Can we help you overcome that? with the tools that we have. That's what it's for. And if we think there's a match, we'll make you an offer and say, okay, here's what it's going to be. Here's how it works. Here's what it costs. And it differs depending on what you need. Okay. And we have funding sources. A lot of people go, well, if it's like it's not 50 grand, but if it were, people would say, well, that's like, a small house in the Australian bush, right? Is to have that. But I'll tell you something. How many people here have ever thought about borrowing money to grow their business? Anybody? Or how many people here feel like it's probably not a good idea to borrow any money to grow your business? How many people are kind of worried about doing that? Let me see. To borrow money to grow your business. Anybody worried about that? Because if not, I won't tell you the story. But if you are, right, kind of go, oh, scary, right? Well, there's a guy named Dave Ramsey. Some of you probably have heard of him. And he is an advisor a financial advisor. And his whole thing is, I don't borrow money. Borrowing money is bad. Borrowing is bad, bad, right? And you know what? He's talking to people who have jobs with certain fixed incomes. And those people should not borrow money to go and drop 20 grand on crypto when they can't earn it back, or $5,000 on, gambling in Las Vegas, or doing anything else, because how are you going to ever make up that difference when you have a job that's, say, 50, 60,000 per year? So he's talking to personal people that have jobs, individual people that have jobs. We are talking about people who are building a business. This is a business. The business world of lending and finance is totally different. Do you know Elon Musk couldn't have survived without money from other people? And how does it come? Some people buy stocks, so they invest. Other people make loans, so they lend him money. John Rockefeller, Steve Jobs, all these huge financings. They're, I would say, a third of American business. 25 to 30% of American business exists to give money, to invest it and lend it, and be venture capital partnerships with people that they believe they can earn a big return on because they believe in the people. Do you understand that? Do you understand the difference between a business that borrows for its growth, like John Rockefeller did, like Steve Jobs did, like Elon Musk did, like people do who run a big business? Do you understand that difference? And somebody who is basically limited with a $50,000 a year job, because you shouldn't borrow more than you can repay with the income you have. That's very good advice. But you're a business and you put money into a business, like you give us money. Why? Same reason we give our mentors money. Why? We expect to get 100 times that money back. I just signed up for a 6-figure coaching program. And I thought to myself, if I can get 10 times back this year, in 12 months, it'll be worth it. Because that's how I think about every investment. How many times that amount can I get back if I do the things that they said they're going to teach me? Provided they've been there, done that, you see? So it's growing a business. You multiply your money. You put some in and you don't get $1 back. You get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 times your money back. Do you see that? Because you're growing your business and you are pushing the process and making it happen. Steve Jobs was at work every single day. He never missed a day. He loved it. And he said, we never went to work for the money. We never went to work for anything other than when somebody said, oh man, I could do this on the phone. I could do that on the phone. That's why we go to work. To do that, to create a difference. So, and that's why they borrow so much money, and everybody's lined up to give Apple money, to give Tesla money, to give SpaceX money. If you look online, you'll see there are millions of posts about borrowing money for crypto. I wouldn't do that, but hey, do what you want. But you're borrowing to grow a business, which is going to have an impact on the world, and you're going to be hiring people. So that's why you do this. You see that? Everybody got that? We have a couple great lending sources with dozens and dozens of banks that help our students get financing. We just got a couple more through today. So it's wonderful. And because you end up paying a few $100s a month for a program guide set that allows you to make tens of thousands of dollars. And so it takes a year. So what? You're paying a few $100. It's to grow your business, to have an impact on other people, and you're going to be hiring people too. Even in your network marketing, you're going to hire people. Totally. You should be hiring people to do your laundry, to do your dishes, to do your cooking, to mow your lawn. You shouldn't do any of those low-level things, because if you are, it means you can't think about solutions like, how could I make this so that instead of talking to one person, I would talk to 20 and get 5 of the 20 to say yes, but I only make one presentation. How could I do that? If you're busy taking out the garbage and picking up the socks, you don't have time to think of that, do you? That's why I don't do any of that. So that I do have that time. And then I can show somebody how to do one-to-many. I never knock on a door unless there's 20 people to 200 people behind that door or more. Why? Because then I can do one show like this. And we record this and people see it on YouTube. They see it all these different places, called leverage. And if you're busy taking out the garbage and doing the laundry, you won't be able to think of that. And somebody will say, well, I can't hire anybody. No, that's true. So start by getting up an hour early and do your imagination thinking, and then do all the crud work, but make some time for it, because that's where the big change comes. It's not doing your laundry better. No, that only affects you, you see. You have to do things that affect many people, which is getting your product and your business and you and your help out there. That's what gets you lots and lots and lots of money. It's not one person giving you 100 million. It's 5, 15, 20, 30,000 people that are part of your business, all of whom pay you a little bit, and you're a driver to make all that happen. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yes, well, I went to college many years. All right, so here we go. Pick this out. Maxout.com, pick me. Has anyone gone there to check it out that it's working? And then what you want to do also there is you see that phone number there. If you want to be first in line, because we're taking a few new clients this month, just 2 or 3, because that's all we need. It's all we want, really. You can text Vic that you want to get an appointment to chat with her. And then we'll go from there. If you want to learn how to build like this, especially if you've changed your belief and now you want to go around saying, do you want this? Go here. If you want to learn how to do that, you come, this is what we teach. This is what we do. It's the way you attract markets by the ton. Okay. Okay, any questions? Questions from anybody? Is the link working? Did you say yes, it's working? Okay, anybody? Let's see. Yeah. The link works, Tiff? Okay. What do you market right now? What do you help people with? How many people here have done, by the way, network marketing for at least 3 years? Three years? Yeah, if you've been doing the business for at least 3 years, by all means, get with Vic. That 15 minutes will be the best 15 minutes you've had in your business, probably, since you signed up. Because we can get you on the right path right away. Since 1996, oh my gosh. What do you market, Ava? I think didn't you just get the Orange Book or something, Ava? I think you just got that.
We just spoke and he's just found you and he's reading your book right now, Kim.
Oh, good. Well, this is a good way to get started. Totally. Yep. Okay, good. And Tiffany, how long you been in the business, the network marketing business? The link works? Okay, cool. What do we got here? You recently got the book. Good. Yeah, we're running some little fun stuff on YouTube, and some of you guys are in there, totally, for sure. At the business in this day and age, it's really very important to learn. I mean, how many of you want to, in the next year, it's a top priority to become financially as independent as possible from either your job or your parents or your grandparents or whoever right now you're dependent on? How many people are looking to be financially, make enough money so that you don't have to live with somebody else, and you don't have to do things that you don't really enjoy doing? Or is anybody here like that? That wants to get to, say, whatever that income is for you, 5,000, 10,000 a month? All right. Well, then you want to check with Vic, because she'll tell you if we think we can help you do that. If you sell a product and you make $5, that's going to take you a long time. That's one of the reasons you want to do a high ticket. Yeah. Well, and the thing too is, Abram, you've probably been marketing the way they tell you. All the companies hit up everybody, everybody's going to want this and blah, blah. So that's very painful when you discover that's not how it is, because most people blame themselves, but this is not true. You just didn't put out an offer that people could say, that's me, give me that. Does that make sense? Yeah. Totally. Because I don't know what 7K metals is, but I'm assuming it's some kind of gold or something like that. Are you in the alternatives to dollars? Is that it? Yeah, totally. Well, depending on how fast you want to go, like I said, you want to read the Orange Book, and also, you might read this, listen to this again, and see if this approach resonates with you. I have signed up with people for massive dollars after one presentation. Why? Because I knew then what they're doing, I want to do. What they believe, I want to believe. The way they think, I want to think like that. It doesn't, and some people watch 100 of my videos and then they come in and here's their credit card in hand. But depending on how much you sense, this is the kind of thing I want, this is the approach I want to use, don't waste time. None of us are here forever. And not me, not Vic, not you, none of you. And the more you delay, the closer you get to the end of your life, and there's less time left to make something out of yourself. So if you want to make something out of yourself, start now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, because delay is really the enemy of any type of success you're going to have. And we all delay. My brain goes, oh, I'll do it later. No. Decide now. Do it now. Clement Stone was a guy who made millions after he got really close and lost millions, and then he went back and did it again. He's a friend of he has died now, but he was a friend of Napoleon Hill, and he had a thing that said in his company, ran a big insurance company, do it now, do it now, do it now. Everybody was made to say, well, I've got to do it now, do it now. So if you're going to do it, get with Vic and do what Clement Stone has told everybody. Do it now. Do it now. In a year, you will be so grateful. So grateful. Yeah. That's it. Totally. Oh, good, Evelyn. He's with you. Lucky you, Abram. You are a lucky boy if you're in her group. She is a gem.
Yes.
And she's smart. And we're going to get her all focused. Yeah, babe. But you see, we spend all our time training, and this is good. I would do this so that you have a perspective. This is what these women are doing. Do you want to be doing it this way with these beliefs? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, don't screw around. Connect. It's on the house. And if we can get you going, what if in a year from now you're making what you want? What if you really are pretty much free from having to do things you can't stand, right? Including laundry, which, like I said, I haven't done it ever. But it's because I chose that early. You know, I chose it early on because I could see we couldn't do everything. And Mary Kay, you know, some of you know about her. She had a husband who was kind of a pain in the butt, and he was very, you know, Mary Kay from Mary Kay, the makeup company, and he was very, he didn't like, first of all, that she was going to work because she got pretty fast, you know, and she made money pretty fast, and then he said, well, I don't think you're taking good care of me, and you need to. Your first job is to take good care of me. He was very traditional. She wasn't, but he was about, you know, the wife should do, you know, cater and be the husband's hoo-ha. And that was their thing, right? It's okay if you like it. But she said, okay, well, now what am I going to do here? Because she didn't want to be, you know, they married and they had certain beliefs about marriage, right? And so what she did is she said, okay, I'm going to get up an hour earlier so he won't notice. And so she said she set the alarm or whatever she did so she could just, he wouldn't hear it. And she would just slip out of the bed really quietly, make sure not to have a little path where there were no creaking when she walked from the side of the bed. And she didn't use the bathroom by the bedroom. No, she went all the way down, far away, so that he wouldn't hear anything. And she would start her work. So he couldn't feel like he was being, what do you call it? Not respected enough by her. And often she'd, you know, stay up after they went to bed, she'd get up another hour and do stuff. Right. And that is how that began. And the more money she made, because that company was $1 billion company, you know, the more he wanted, well, you know, and he couldn't quite figure out, well, how are you doing all this stuff? And that's how she did it. So you see, if you want it, you have to do these weird things. And if you don't worry about it. Your life will be just fine. You're fine. You're here. You're above ground. It's fine. If that's all you want, it's good. Nobody's judging, believe me. But if you want that thing where you want to turn on your super engines and you want to make an impact and take some people with you, your people, then get with Vic. Do it now. That's my advice. Yeah, single, really. Okay. Yep. Well, if I knew how to pronounce your name, I would probably not, I pronounce it perfectly, but I don't know how to pronounce your name. So what can I tell you? We'll just call you Mr. Gratz. How about that? All right. Okay. Are we good to go? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Yeah, none of you are on audio, so I can't hear anything. So. All right, good. Okay, Vic, I think we're good to go.
I think
Connect
we're
with
good.
me right after because we have a couple people who want to be part of the other team, and I wanted to tell you who they were.
Okay. Will
Okay.
do.
All right, you guys. Okay. Thanks everybody for coming, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.